Good morning, everyone. I'm Acting Staff Sergeant Andy Nguyen with the Calgary Police Service Child Abuse Unit. In relations to sexual assault that took place last Saturday night, we have arrested and charged a Calgary area man. On Saturday, April 6, 2013, at approximately 5 p.m., a female teen was in the downtown core when she was approached by a man who convinced her to hang out with him. A short time later, the female excused herself to use a public washroom. The suspect then entered the washroom and sexually assaulted the victim. The victim fought back and eventually was able to flee the washroom and calling for help. A number of bystanders pursued the suspect while others came to the assistance of the distraught victim. An altercation ensued between the suspect and the witnesses, and the suspect fled the scene. A short time later, the suspect was located and arrested. Daniel Christopher Mahon, 30 years old, of Calgary, has been charged with sexual assault, causing bodily harm, overcoming resistance by choking, and breach of recognizance. The accused is in custody and is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday, April the 11th, 2013. The sexual assault took place in a public washroom in an office tower that is connected to the Plus 15 system.
Do you know which office
I'm not able to comment on that particular tower.
Is there any reason we can't see the location?
I'm sorry?
Is there any reason we can't see the location where it happened?
I can say that it's in the 400 block of 3rd Avenue Southwest.
And the washroom was inside the office building?
I believe so, yes.
Can you tell me about Man's history and what he's done, please?
Man is known to police. There are matters that are in front of the court that I can't comment on.
He's been charged before, though, right? They're able to confirm that with sexual assault?
He has been charged, and like I said, the matters are in front of the court, and I can't make a comment on it.
How's the victim doing?
The victim is at home recovering. She is receiving support. With the new Child Advocacy Center that we have, there are resources available, and we're providing support for her.
Do you know how old she is? Or can you say how old she is?
The victim's 17 years old.
And had she ever seen this guy before, or did she know him?
So she doesn't know him. The victim was on her way downtown to meet with a friend, and this man befriended her. So as far as I can say, they were strangers to each other.
Now, on Sunday, some people were being questioned in connection with this. Were they involved with this assault at all?
The witnesses who we interviewed were that. They were bystanders and witnesses to what happened.
Can you describe their actions following the incident?
They pursued the accused to a nearby area, and the suspect managed to get away.
Did they fight with the suspect, or did they?
A physical altercation ensued when they caught up to the man.
Where did they catch? Where did police eventually catch him?
It was near where the sexual assault took place.
Can you tell us how near?
I'm not able to comment on that.
What do you think about the actions of the witnesses who tried to stop him?
The victim, after fleeing from the washroom, ran into these witnesses who were outside of the bathroom, and they basically recognized what had happened and came to her aid.
Were they hurt? Witnesses in this altercation?
They were not hurt.
Do you know if any of them were there?
There were 2 witnesses. And at this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank those witnesses who basically pursued the suspect and those who stayed to help the distraught victim.
Sorry, so just to clarify, there was 2 people there, one of them went and one of them.
There were several witnesses, and 2 of the witnesses pursued the suspect.
Do you think that aided you in being able to get the suspect?
There were a number of investigative steps that were undertaken to identify and locate the suspect. There were witness information along with CCTV.
So as far as you guys can tell at this point, is this just a crime of opportunity? This woman wasn't, or this teen wasn't specifically targeted, she was just there at the time?
The victim was not targeted. It was a stranger attack.
What happened when police caught up with them? Did he give in right away, or was there an altercation?
So he was taken into custody without incident.
So he's faced sexual assault charges before, but I'm assuming he has not done jail time yet. Is that correct?
The matter's in front of the court, and I can't comment on it.
Okay, but so his previous, I know he was charged in the last 1.5 or 2 years. That is still before the court.
That's correct.
And that charge was sexual assault or sexual related somehow?
Yes.
So was he out on some sort of condition right now? Was he on bail?
He is out on a recognizance, and one of the conditions is that he is to report to probation in conjunction with the high-risk offender program.
So his requirement was to check in, but obviously he's unsupervised right now. I guess is presumably that will change now. He's in custody for this latest case, right?
That's correct.
Will he, given that he was already on probation the last time, is it safe to assume he will not be released again on his own recognizance?
That's going to be up to the court.
Is there some concerns that someone who's already out facing sex assault charges committed another sexual assault while they were out?
Certainly, that's a concern, but again, I can't comment on his release conditions or anything like that. That's up to the courts.
Given this has happened before, is this someone that police consider to be dangerous?
You know what? I can't comment on that.
With the witnesses, especially the ones that chased after the suspect, do you applaud their actions, or is it dangerous? Like, is that something that you would recommend people do if they feel they can, or is that, like, do you see it as, heroic, helpful, or was it putting themselves in danger?
My suggestion is that if they happen to witness a crime, the best thing to do is to call 911 and provide the information and leave it to us to, basically conduct the investigation. Certainly, it was a good thing that what the witnesses did, but I wouldn't recommend that that would be a normal practice for citizens of Calgary.
So just to be clear, the fact that he was caught on that there was CCTV footage and that he is known to police, that pretty much helped you in saying that's our guy, we'll pick him up?
There were, in addition to what you talked about, there were other investigative steps that were undertaken to identify and locate him.
Can you talk about those steps? Was it forensics? Was it?
Unfortunately, I can't comment on that right now.
So, could you give us a time period? Like, how long after was it that police were able to catch up with this guy?
I believe the sexual assault happened around 7:30 in the evening, and by 2 o'clock on April the 7th, 2013, the accused was taken into custody.
That's 2 p.m. the next day?
That's 2 a.m. the next day.
Okay. So she had met him around 5, and they had been hanging out for a couple hours before this sex assault happened?
That's correct. No, he was arrested in the southwest community of Wentworth.
At residence?
Away from a residence.
Can you talk about concerns of random, stranger attacks, or even, I guess, caution about who you befriend?
My recommendation is that if you're going to go meet with somebody who's unknown to you, then the meet should be in a place that is highly populated, or have a friend or someone accompany you to come for the meeting.
Was there, other than the witnesses, was there anyone around at this time? Like it was pretty dead inside the office tower on the plus 15?
I can only assume that it was an office tower, and based on the time of day, there would not have been a lot of pedestrian traffic around that area.
Sorry, she was going to meet friends, you said, the downtown.
She was supposed to meet a friend in the downtown area.
The person didn't show
The
up?
person never showed up.
Good. Great.
Thank you, everyone.